Despite several rounds of talks, multiple assurances and the Madras High Court's intervention, there seems to be no resolution in sight for the ongoing tussle between the employees of the Tamil Nadu Transport Department and the state government. Two of the striking trade unions have accepted the offered 2.44 factor of pay hike, but the other striking unions have not accepted the offer yet. Meanwhile, the Madras High Court has now left it to the conscience of the transport workers to come up with a solution for the problem. The Tamil Nadu government also has made a token offering of Rs 750 crores as arrears to the employees on strike before Pongal, but that appeasement bid seems to have failed. Joining me with more details is Pramod on the phone line. Pramod, we can see that the impasse is far from being Pramod, two of the striking trade unions have accepted the offered 2.44 factor of pay hike, but the other striking unions have not agreed. What is their stand right now?
Well, we actually hoped and thought that yesterday this strike would come to an end around 6:30, as the court was giving a good direction to the government. But what exactly happened is that, as you mentioned, yes, the CITU and LPF has agreed to the 2.44 percentage factor for pay hike, but that they also claimed is a temporary one. They stated like they are ready to go for the 2.44 percentage factor hike, provided that the already agreement made by the government with the small trade unions should be nullified, and a new agreement should be filed with them, stating that this is a temporary arrangement and soon they will start talking about 2.57 percentage factor hike. Since the government was not ready to do that, the strike is pursuing right now.
Also, Pramod, the Madras High Court on Wednesday made a rather emotional appeal and said that it is now up to the conscience of the transport workers to come up with a solution for the problem. How are the transport unions taking this? Because the truth of the matter is that common citizens are getting inconvenienced and Pongal is just around the corner.
Exactly. The issue seems to be with the government once again, because like of the 1,43,000 people who work in the transport sector, the government, as per the trade unions, tried to pull down 32 trade unions and they have signed an agreement with it. The problem is that with 32 trade unions, there are only 500 members. So the trade unions are asking, like, what happened to the rest of the ones that comes to 1,43,000 minimum, and how come the government can go behind their back and stab them when the talks were going on? This is why the trade unions are extremely angry, and the issue is that like the advocate for the government, he also claims that of the 42 trade unions, 32 have signed with them, so he's not ready to provide any kind of agreement stating that this is a temporary agreement. So this is why there is a kind of huge drag in the court. Unfortunately, the court also is also not able to do anything because they could easily find out who is at fault. So that's why they said, like, let's end this protest at first, and probably later, let's go and talk on it, because the Pongal holidays are coming over and huge number of people will migrate back to their hometown. So keeping their interest in mind, the court is like you mentioned, emotionally appealing to the trade wings. Now the trade wings state that when the government is not bothered about the people, how can a common people like the trade union workers can be bothered about it?
Right, Pramod. Thank you for these inputs. Moving on.